So we're back. We think we came to 23-1 is what we came up with. We think he may get one or two more WrestleManias, maybe get to 25-1 or 24-1. Talking about the Undertaker, he might be a good person to come back, but I haven't seen Eric Rowan in a couple weeks. Is it just they're holding him out like they do, and then when maybe Kane and Orton think they have the upper hand, bam, there's the third guy? Do you think that's what they're doing with Rowan?
Yeah, it seems that way. It'll be the type of thing where Kane and Orton have things under control, and then just all of a sudden the lights go out, the fireflies go up, and here's Eric Rowan.
Okay, that's fair enough. I can see that happening. I'm doing a quick update on MLB because we're jumping to that next. And it looks like in the bottom of the seventh, the Cubbies are beating the Dodgers 3-1. If they win this, they go up 3-2, and they go back to Chicago for Game 4. And I think this series is over at that point.
Yeah, I had actually, when we initially planned on recording last night, said that I think this series goes 6, and I had actually written down that I thought the Indians at that point were up 3-0 when I made my notes. I said Blue Jays are going to take one game with the backs against their walls, but then the Indians were going to take it 4-1.
For anybody in the ABL, because we said we're going to mix MLB and ABL, I'm going to make an announcement tonight, but we're not there yet. So here we are looking at the Dodgers. They got Kershaw going on Game 6. So that could potentially keep them in the running. But then you've got to decide, do you go Rich Hill? Do you give Maeda a short rest? I mean, your best odds right now are Kershaw gets you Game 6 and you get a 2-1 win. And you get to go to Game 7. But I just don't think there's enough in the tank and that pitching staff on Game 7. Chicago's starting to hit the ball. They won 10-2 last night. They're up 3-1 tonight. And that's what they weren't doing all throughout the playoffs.
Well, I think if it goes Game 7, you see Rich Hill start, and he's on a super short leash with Dave Roberts, just like he was in Game 5 of the division series. He gets to start, but if it looks like he's struggling, if it looks like the wheels can come off, or if they just feel like putting somebody back out there just to keep a fresh arm out there, they'll do it. They will do what they need to do to win.
Now, if Kershaw starts, can he come out of the pen on Game 7 if they want him to?
Yeah, he did. He did that in the division series. He started Game 4 and got the close in Game 5.
Didn't he get the save? He got the save, yeah. Wow, that's awesome. So that was just some quick MLB talk. Congratulations to Cleveland. You are now in the World Series. You haven't won it since 1948. And you're going to be going against a team that hasn't won it since 88 or since 1908. A lot of 8s here.
Yeah.
So something's going to give. Yeah. It can't go 8 games, so we know it won't be 1-8.
I think that the Indians have the magic of LeBron James. He's been to every single home game for the Indians. The Cleveland Cavaliers just won a championship. You've got a team, a city that hosts a team in all 4 major sports that had won a championship in like 58 years. They're on the verge of winning too.
Speaking of Cleveland, I'm going to break the news here. I'm not going to wait till November. Only one other person knows this is coming. But Coop, we're announcing that the Orlando Sharks are going to start their revamped team with the Cleveland Indians. And Skibby, no, I will not take any trade offers for Lindor. The only possible offer would ever be if Kershaw was mixed into it somehow, and you don't have him, so that's not happening. So the Cleveland Indians will be my team.
I don't know if you definitely saw. I did give Kamish a little hint, a nudge in that direction, telling him that you had narrowed it down to one of 9 teams that was either in America or Canada. So.
Well, okay, that's a pretty good hint.
Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't get it, honestly.
We've got a new little section here. We're trying to move on. We're a little over our time, but we're doing okay. I might have to crop and pick here a little bit, but we've got Coop's Crash Corner. Just giving him a couple minutes to rant, rave, vent, talk, create something on his mind about sports. It can be anything: college, hockey, basketball, college hockey, college basketball, pro basketball, whatever he wants. Coop, it's your window.
All right. We started off with you announcing the Cleveland Indians will be your expansion pick for next year's ABL season. We did kind of touch on the fact that there's some ABL finals going on right now. I got the Cats, the Commission's Chesapeake Bay Channel Cats took game 1, 6-5 with a solo shot in the top of the 10th. Brad Ziegler, no relation to Dolph.
Are you sure?
And they spell it differently.
Well, Dolph's real name is Nick Nemeth, so I guess they're probably not related.
Yeah. They spell it very differently. And then they actually brought it to the Starfish in game 2 and won that 6-1. So Commission's up 2-0.
And I think I might have. This is a little touch for Mike Greenberg. I might have done the Greenie curse then on the Starfish, because back when I did Commish Chat, when I decided to come back into the league, I looked at the teams, I looked at the standings, I looked at the statistics, and I said, I think the Starfish are the team to beat. And it looks like the Seabay Channel Cats have taken that to heart and trying to do it.
I think I definitely pissed them off too. We made a trade earlier in the season when I sent them Max Scherzer. So I gave them Max Scherzer, and then I pissed them off. I'm sorry, Skibby, if you're listening. I apologize. But he gave me the choice if I wanted his first-round pick or Okrakok, his son Duran, plays. Which first-round pick did I want? I took his because at the time he was in last place in the National Division. So I said, oh, yeah, no, I'm going to take yours because you're in last place.
And now it's really just a second-round pick if he wins it all.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So I think that I pissed him off. And then I went on Twitter and I announced my pick. I thought that I took Skibby. I took the Starfish winning in 6 games in the finals, which probably just added fuel to the fire.
It can still happen.
And on next year, Commish and I are going to face each other. It's going to be like 27-3. In one game. So that's where that stands.
Hey, just remember, next year the rules change. Beware the Sharks.
Yes. It ain't fun if you can't run.
It is not, and there'll be lots of running.
So for my crash course topic, I actually I selected the college football realm that some of the folks who are down near you might not know exists. Syracuse University has a football team.
I thought they played basketball.
They play basketball well. They have a football team. They win at basketball. But this past week, they beat their first top 25 opponent since 2011. They took out the Virginia Tech Hokies. It was fun because we have a new head coach. His name is Dino Babers. He runs that West Coast style offense. He runs that high tempo. Call 3 plays at a time so the offense knows what they're doing and you have no downtime between plays. They went from running between 35 and 45 offensive plays a game last year to averaging close to 60 plays a game this year.
Which is close to what Oregon used to do when they had Chip Kelly.
Yeah. The problem has been so far their effectiveness with this. When you call 3 plays and it's 2 incomplete passes and a run for a loss of 1 yard, you're punting the ball back to the other team having taken 17 seconds off the clock.
I'm going to use a Chip Kelly reference again, a.k.a. the Chip Kelly Eagles.
Yeah. So far, things haven't been clicking. You take that kind of a change to an offense, and you need to put your people into place. But this week against the number 17 ranked Virginia Tech Hokies, we won 31-17 because they were clicking. That offense was doing what they were supposed to do. Eric Dungy became the first player in Syracuse history to throw for over 300 yards and run for 100 yards.
Is he related to Tony?
Game. I don't believe so. He doesn't have as weird looking of a head.
Wow.
So I don't know if that's genetic, or he also doesn't have.
Eli doesn't have a weird looking head, and he's related to Peyton.
Not yet. Give him time.
I just don't think. I think Peyton didn't forget anything he learned from college to the day he retired, and his head didn't explode. It just grew.
That's a good possibility. Eli gets all that stuff knocked out every once in a while.
Yeah, true.
So the optimistic outlook for Syracuse is this is what Babers has in mind, that they're going to be putting up 31 to 40 points a game. They're going to go out there. You're going to have quarterbacks running for 100 yards. They had another a running back who ran for 87 yards. There's a wide receiver who came from Maryland as a grad student. His name is Emba Atatawo.
Bless
He's having
you.
a monumental. Thank you. He's having a monumental year. He has 2 of the top 6 receiving games in Syracuse history. Now you're talking about a school that produced the likes of Art Monk, Rob Carpenter, Rob Moore, Marvin Harrison.
I know him.
We've had some.
I
some
mean, not
receivers.
personally, but you've also had some running backs, haven't you?
Yeah, but we don't have a running back right now.
Okay.
Jim Brown, Ernie Davis, Floyd Little, the 44s.
Joe Morris,
they were
right?
Okay.
Joe Morris went
Joe
there.
Morris, yeah. Yep. Joe Morris was a 44 as well. Larry Zonka.
Really? I didn't know that one.
Tom Coughlin.
Bless you again.
Tom Coughlin was the tailback in the Syracuse offense that had Larry Zonka as a fullback and Floyd Little as a halfback. That's why Tom Coughlin never touched the ball.
Yeah, but he became a great coach.
But he really did. But back to Emba here. 2 of the top 6 receiving games in Syracuse history. He's only played 7 games. So
I guess it gives him a little time to get all of the top receiving games in Syracuse history.
Yeah. He's in his 5th year of eligibility, so he's going to have to do it quick. But he's having the type of year that's going to get him playing on Sundays. So you've got this new high-tempo offense with trickery put in. They're going to put up points. They're masking the schemes now to start force Virginia Tech to turnovers. The realistic outlook is that it's still going to be a few years before we can expect continued success, but this is what it's going to look like when we have it. When you have the personnel in place, this week happened to be just a matchup thing where this offense was able to overtake Virginia Tech's defense.
We call what you just said a Maddenism because, Madden always said the obvious. In order for them to win this game, they're going to have to outscore their opponent, Phil. Yeah, that's usually how it works. Well, this is what it looks like when you win. Well, of course it does because you outplayed the other team. Sorry, I had to go there. I'm sorry. But I know what you mean.
Yeah. We're not going to be winning those 6-3 games. If our offense doesn't score a bunch of points, we're not going to win the games.
There you go.
This is what our offense is going to end up looking like when it's clicking.
All right, let's finish this up. We got some. We're not going to do a Thursday night football review, but hey, Coop, can you give us a quick update on that Green Bay Chicago score? Go Bears! Wow, did I just say that?
Green Bay Chicago. Green Bay is up 26-10.
Wow, well, how'd that happen?
I
guess they scored 20 more points, didn't they?
They're playing the Bears. Is how that happened.
Aaron Rodgers must have heard us knocking him and said, I can still play some football. So, yeah. All right, well, so much for me rooting for the Bears. I guess I'll never do that again. We're going to talk a little bit about the Sunday night football game. Now, one of the teams we already spotlighted, it was the Arizona Cardinals. And who did they play? They played
the San Francisco 49ers.
Wow.
We spotlight them.
I guess this is a good division to spotlight. I think you got a different Arizona team this week, though, on Sunday night playing against Seattle. Is their defense back? It could be.
Last week against the Jets, they allowed 3 points, and they held Matt Forte to a season-low 57 yards rushing.
Yeah, and I played Matt Forte in my my FanDuel, and I didn't get any points. So not even in my fantasy, in the one I pay for. So I was kind of upset about that. That's because he's an ex-Bear. He did that to me on purpose. He's like, Buck played me. I ain't running today. But I think the Arizona defense, even though you have the Legion of Boom, which I can't wait till we get to play them and boom them up with our defense.
You've got the Legion of Boom outside of Seattle too, where they are susceptible at best.
That's true. They're not as good on the road. Here's the thing: Arizona averages 25 points a game. Seattle averages 21. They're pretty close there. Arizona's given up 13. Seattle's given up 15. So I mean, their passing yards are pretty
Yeah.
close. Now Arizona runs the ball better because of some guy, David Johnson.
Yeah.
You ever heard of him?
Yeah.
He's pretty
Yeah,
good.
I've heard of him. He also doesn't have a girl's name. So when Thomas Rawls hurt, Christine Michelle is running the ball for the Seahawks, and that's just
it's spelled Michael, but they pronounce it Michelle.
yeah, it's because they're that close to Canada.
They just don't know
That's
the
my-
difference. Okay.
Yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I'll buy it. Defensively, they're very similar too. Now, Seattle gives up less rushing yards, but here's the thing: David Johnson, he's going to get 100 yards and a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Carson Palmer's back, and you know him and
Yeah.
Fitzgerald. They like you and me, man. They share a brain, so they both know what's going on. Palmer can just throw the ball, and he'll know that Fitzgerald's going to be there because his brain's shared. So he's like, "Oh, the ball's going to be over there. I think I'll go that way."
Yeah.
I think you're going to have 2 passing touchdowns by Carson Palmer, 96 rushing yards by Johnson. I said 100. He's not going to quite get 100 because Seattle's like the Vikings used to be. They don't like that 100-yard rusher. So they'll keep them below the 100, but it'll be close. And I'm just breaking this down quick because I know we've kind of gone over, and we talk a lot of football on the show. But I see this a close game, and I see defenses making a difference, and there's going to be a one turnover difference, and I think Arizona's going to pull this out 23-20.
I like that. I'm probably going to go less points though. I'm going to say 14-10.
Okay.
And I think that the difference is going to come down to whether or not Arizona can stop Jimmy Graham. He's back. He's looking like the Jimmy Graham that was in New Orleans. He just doesn't have Drew Brees throwing him the ball. They do have a run first offense.
Yeah, but
if he
Russell
can get-
Wilson is a damn good quarterback. I mean,
Yes, he is.
he's
Yes, he is.
accurate.
I'm not
If you
taking-
want him to play in the pocket, he will. And if you give him a chance to run, boy, he is going to burn you.
Yeah, I'm not taking anything away from him. But as far as a passing guru goes, Drew Brees is up
by
there.
far.
Yeah. So, but I think that if Jimmy Graham can get 85 to 100 yards receiving, because the focus for the Arizona defense has always been that secondary, and now they've got the front four, the rush. So you're going to have to line either a safety or a linebacker up.
But Honey Badger
Jimmy
don't
Graham.
care.
No, Honey Badger does not care.
And Honey Badger could be covering Jimmy Graham.
Yeah, that could be your matchup to watch if Honey Badger is covering Jimmy Graham. But I think he is going to be the key. If he can catch some big passes, if he can get some big games, it's going to make a big time difference. And then if Cam Chancellor plays for the Seahawks, that's a key portion to the Legion of Boom. If he's laying hits out on the likes of Malcolm Floyd and Larry Fitzgerald, then it's going to make a long day for the two of them. But he's listed as questionable right now with them not being sure if he's
And I think establishing the run is going to take a little of that away because you're going to have to watch that running back coming up the middle, breaking around the edge, and you're going to have somebody watching him. The bright side is Carson Palmer, he ain't going to run nowhere. He's going to take the sack and throw the ball away. So you don't need a spy, which would free up a linebacker or a safety to still cover that extra receiver or the running back coming out of the backfield. So that would make a big difference. I'm going to stick with my pick. I think they're both going to put some points up on the board, but I think Arizona's going to pull this out.
Yeah, I do agree that it's going to be Arizona on top. I just like these defenses giving up a few less points, so I'm going with that 14-10.
I need 30 seconds here. I've got Bucks burn. And that is my upset alert in the NFL. And this week I picked the San Diego Chargers and Atlanta Falcons game. Atlanta's favored by 7. They got that hot offense. They are just rolling, man. And, you know, they're walking away with that division. Don't buy what they're selling, guys. It's going to all come tumbling down. They're going to win the division, but they're not going 14-2 or 13-3 or 12-4. They're going to end up an 11-5 or a 10-6. And I see San Diego, and I'm sold on this guy. My boy's out. This is my new boy, Melvin Gordon. They're going to put up some yards on that Atlanta team, and they're not going to have the ball as much, so they're going to have to pass. And that's the only reason they're going to get 21 points. But I see San Diego sneaking 24 points in there with Lambeau, their field goal kicker, who's just on fire. This game, 24-21, San Diego upsets the Falcons in Georgia.
Yep. I agree that the Falcons are going to take that division, but it's because it's a division with the Buccaneers that don't have Doug Martin, the Saints, who can't stop anybody from scoring, and the Panthers, who are only the same team as last year in name.
Yeah, and I don't know why either when you look at them. And
yeah, the roster didn't change all that much.
Their line still is no good, and they're not hiding it as well as they did last year. You got to spy on Cam Newton. He can't run. What's he going to do? So,
yeah.
This has been the Buck Stops here. We appreciate you watching. Anybody needs some tired of cable TV? You tired of Dish? You tired of satellites altogether? I know they have NFL Sunday Ticket, but you need to try Sling TV. You can pay for it as you go. It's a monthly service. You have no 2-year contract. They have 3 different packages for different things you want to watch. I have package number 1, which is $20 a month. I get ESPN, which I don't have on my Air antenna because I don't believe in cable and all the garbage that it brings. But I can watch some of those garbage cable shows on Sling TV. You can have it on your PS4. You can have it on your computer. You can have it on your cell phone. It's great. There is no 2-year contract. You get out of it whenever you want. If you have a month you can't afford it because Christmas is coming up, cancel it for a month. Restart it after Christmas. It's a great idea. I think you should give it a try. Coop, you got anything else for us?
No.
You're opening up a new business there in Binghamton, aren't you? What's it called?
I sure am. Yeah, sure. Insomnia Cookies. Slated open date is November 1st. We're looking like we're going to hit that date. We got our floors in. We got our sinks in. Our freezer is coming in on Monday. What we do is we're open 9 a.m. to 3 a.m. and we deliver hot, fresh, delicious cookies right to your door as long as you live within 3 miles of the store. So within the next couple of weeks, pretty much if you work or live in the area, you're going to be able to find somewhere to get free cookies so that we can get you hooked. And then you're going to be able to go online to order your cookies through insomniacookies.com or download the app. Go to your Google Play or your App Store and just type in Insomnia Cookies. Whether you have a store near you or not, you can download the app and it'll tell you whether you have a store near you. So
excellent.
That's our gig.
And that just makes me hungry for cookies now. Another place that has cookies that probably aren't as good, Subway. Hey, man, eat fresh. Thursday, November 3rd. Mark this on your calendar. Everybody, it's a national promo. It is National Sub Day. Go into Subway, bring a friend, bring 10 friends. Buy a sub and a drink, get a sub for free. For every sub and drink you buy, you get a free sub. There's no limit. Buy 15 subs, get 15 for free. That'll stress us out. But, man, it is a deal that you can do. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be working 3 a.m. to 9 p.m., a little different than your hours there, kind of the opposite. I'm going to be there all day at my store here in Atoka. Come on out and see me, guys. We're going to have a line out the door, line on drive-thru. We're going to be blocking traffic like we did last year, but we're going to be ready for it, and it's just going to be fun. This is coming to you from the best Subway in the state of Tennessee. That's here in Atoka. And, yes, folks, this is our cheesy ads section, okay? We just kind of threw it in, but, you need sponsors, and the only way to get them is to give them free advertising. So there you go.
Well, I'll tell you what, your ads are cheesy. My cookies will not have any cheese on them.
They're pretty good. Like a cheese cookie?
Cheese cookie? I think that's called a cracker, though.
Who are you calling cracker?
Me.
I really think we need to sign off on that note. This was the Buck Stops here, episode 4. Thank you for watching. Hey, we didn't throw this in here. Don't forget to email or tweet us. You can email me at ablsharks@gmail.com, and you can catch me on the Twitter. I believe it's Bucksharks.
Bucksharks. I'm at ablhazard@yahoo.com and qshazard on Twitter.
I had some people look at some of my food tasting thing. Hey, I'm happy to try that. Give us information you want on sports and NASCAR. It's not season right now. Jimmy Johnson's going to win it all. Okay, so there's your NASCAR prediction. Hockey season's coming around. It actually started, so I'm a Ranger fan, but I haven't followed hockey since I moved down south because we don't have hockey down here. They're not even sure what ice is. Like, you get a little snow on the ground, and I think I just closed all the schools for tomorrow because I said snow, but it's crazy. But send us what you want to hear. Send us what you want to talk about. If our show's too long, yell at us. Send us something. We want some feedback. Good, bad, ugly. Prefer the good. But hey, I got thick skin. I can take some compliments and some hints and some, hey, shut the hell up, we've heard enough of you. That's all good too.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely would like some help figuring this out as we go. If you think there's too much banter, if you think there's not enough banter, if there's stuff that you just want us to stop talking about, tell us, and we'll either laugh at you or we'll take your comments into consideration.
Or we might take your comments in consideration while we're laughing at you. So hey.
Yeah. Or we might even come and find you. If you got something to say,
crash and burn.
Throw on a headset and let's see what you're made of.
All right. Well, we appreciate it, everybody. Have a wonderful night, day, morning, whatever it may be that you're watching this. And thank you. This was The Buck Stops Here.